Hello and welcome, friends. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're back, welcome back. I greatly appreciate all of the ongoing support. This is my channel, Dragon's Jewel Creative Gems, and I'm Tegan, and I'm just going to get all that wonderful YouTubey stuff out of the way first. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. It's just down below. If you like the content that you see, don't forget to hit that like button as well. And of course, any love, comments, suggestions, all those wonderful things, there's that comment section below as well for that. Today we are going to do a whip and chat, and for those that don't know what that stands for, whip is just work in progress, and that means I'm pulling out a project that I have in progress and I'm working on it. For me, it's usually a diamond painting. Today, as you can see, it's a very little mini one from a Paint and Gem mini set, Black Magic Edition. It can be any crafty project. It doesn't even need to be a crafty project. If you like listening to somebody, having somebody kind of keep you company and talking in your ear while you're getting things done around the house, that works too. So we're going to get started. Make sure you have yourself a beverage. Pull out your project if you're working on a project. Any snacks, all that wonderful stuff, and we'll get going. And we'll catch up on my last 2 weeks, which brings us to about April 12th, so middle-ish of April. I'm going to pull off my plastic here and get going. I have my first color already. I find it easy at least to prep that much. Otherwise I get very distracted and go, what color am I starting with? Anyways, yeah, so 2 weeks, not much has really happened. It's been, nothing exciting anyways. Mostly just kind of been the status quo on my end. So I'm not sure how long this whip and chat will go for. As you can see, I've obviously finished I always get it mixed up. Blossom Fairy. I always want to say Fairy Blossom for some reason. I think that should be a name of a canvas, obviously. But I finished Blossom Fairy that I was working on for Mermaids and Magic, as well as Diamond Painting Fanatics Spring Flings event. I do have the completion video filmed. I just haven't done the editing for it and uploaded it yet to the channel, so that'll definitely be coming. So I've been working on this Paint Gem mini set, which is the Black Magic Edition. You did see the unboxing of this. I had started it when I went away to Vegas, but didn't get nearly as much of it accomplished as I thought I would. The flight ended up, because of the time of day, ended up being a lot darker, and I hadn't brought a light to work with, so I ended up just kind of reading instead. But I did work a little bit on it in the hotel room when I was there, kind of in the evenings when we were winding down. So I did do some while I was there, so now I'm working on finishing it up. So I, of course, can get a post-review kind of completion video, show you what all they look like when they're done. Yeah, this is actually the last one here, so I will definitely be finishing it today. And then as to filming, obviously, who knows when that'll happen, but so keep your eyes peeled for some post completions, all that good stuff. Let's see, what can I talk about? I guess the first thing we had, it's been, like I said, pretty quiet status quo. Kid going to school, husband going to work. I guess the one major thing that happened, which both myself or my husband have no idea what to think or how to feel about it, and I've only ever met his uncle once, but his uncle had I think it was Alzheimer's, and he ended up in a home just prior to COVID. So he's been in a home, and recently we found out that he passed away. I guess my husband's cousin messaged him to let him know. So we were he lived in Airdrie, and so it's kind of Calgary area, so we kind of expected to pick up my husband's mom and drive down and go to a service at some point. Well, we've been told, apparently it's in his will, that there is not going to be a service. So it's unusual. I myself have never heard of anybody making that sort of request. Yeah, and I mean, I personally don't have much that I can say about it. I mean, it is what it is. And we'll figure something out. I just kind of feel bad because my husband kind of went through a couple emotions. I think there was a little bit of anger there too, just kind of like, and it kind of brought up some past stuff with his family. And I'm not going to go into like major details because of course that's his story. But it was different, and I don't even know what to think about it. I mean, like I said, I only met his uncle once. And yeah, so I really don't know. I just kind of feel bad that there's no service for anybody to really get their goodbyes in, get the family together, going down, visiting the family that's all down there. Because really the only family he has here is his mom. So it's not like there would be any sort of thing happening here for it anyways. But yeah, so we found that out, and we're kind of processing that a little while ago now, I guess, like within these 2 weeks. I don't even know when that was. Like this whole 2 weeks, even though nothing's happened, is just one big blur. But that was something. Yeah, I'll say that. That was something. Kind of, my husband was going through a bunch of emotions. I know he was definitely upset about it. He actually ended up going out for lunch with his mom. And then, of course, I said, ooh, how fancy, because they're getting together and going out for lunch instead of just getting together and visiting. And then he's, of course, mentioned that I was more than welcome to come, but I kind of knew. I just had this feeling that it would be better for them to kind of have that lunch, just them, with everything that's going on. Kind of give them some privacy in the matter and vent their feelings on what they think about the situation, that sort of thing. So I stayed home. He went out for lunch with his mom. Hopefully that helped. I don't know. Like I said, it's weird. It's something we've never had to navigate. I don't know, maybe services are becoming a thing of the past. I'm used to having them. But I know we had 2 friends who passed, and mind you, it was during COVID, but we were never told of any kind of services or life celebrations or anything like that for them. And I find it's harder to process and go through the emotions when you don't have that. So I mean, having it definitely helps, and maybe they just kept it as a family thing. But still, you know, it would have been nice to know. I guess, because they were really close friends. We hung out with them all the time, and heck, we even lived with them both at one time. When me and the husband were first kind of dating with the one anyways, and then the other one we were married, and we kind of gave him a place to stay when he first moved down from Fort McMurray to here with his girlfriend at the time. So yeah, I mean, they were essentially to us like family. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, we had my son's specialized services with his speech, and the supervisor case person with the center that we go through came out as well. We've been contracted on those services and funded for those services now for 2 years. So now they were just saying now we're at a point where essentially we've tried a lot of different strategies, a lot of different techniques. We worked on goals, and the family of Children with Disabilities Services, which is the ones who essentially determine the need for these specialized services and kind of approves the funding for, will now start to question if there really is anything else that we can work on. Have we been given enough strategies to work on what we know are the current kind of roadblocks? So we really need to consider, are there additional goals that we haven't covered? And if so, have we kind of essentially come to an end where we need to change the type of services or take a break from the services and work on the strategies that they've given us on our own for a while? And they said it doesn't mean that we wouldn't be able to get back on the services or anything. It just, we essentially not have them in our pocket and work on the strategies that we've been given. Continue to do that, hope we see the progress that we need, that sort of thing. And then if anything new and additional comes up, then we can request the services again, kind of thing. Basically, that was kind of the down and dirty gist of it. So I had them just put all that into kind of an email, lay out what our options would be, kind of thing, and then send that to both me and my husband, because it was a lot of information to process, and it's something that I kind of want to talk to my husband a little bit about, both what's best for our son, what's best for us, that sort of thing. If there is really anything that we've kind of missed working on for him, now's the time to really kind of think about that, because as they said, the services that essentially approve the funding will start to question if we have the same goals and are trying the same strategies and just kind of sticking with that and nothing else. So yeah, it's kind of something that I wanted to have written down in front of us so that we can kind of talk about it, figure it out, and go from there. But what they're kind of saying is that we're likely going to end up needing to back off these services for a bit and take a break and just kind of work on the strategies, unless there's something else that they haven't helped us with, kind of thing, currently. Which is, I don't know, I guess I have mixed emotions. I mean, I worry that there won't be enough support to continue the progress. But at the same time, I know they've given us some really, really good strategies. And it'll just likely mean we'll have to be a little bit more hands-on. Not that we aren't already, but like even more so that we'll actually have to be a little bit more mindful of practicing the strategies, because we won't have someone there kind of reminding us and going work on this while we're away kind of thing, and having it all written down for us. So it's that kind of a thing. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm of mixed emotions. I mean, obviously, if there's nothing to work on, there's nothing additional to work on, and it is what it is. But like I said, I do worry that there won't be enough support, because he's essentially in, like, yes, he's in an adaptive type program at school, so he doesn't follow the main stuff that like a kid his age and his grade would be doing kind of thing. It's very much adapted to what he's able to do, and working with him one-on-one is needed, but it's not full supports for his speech or anything like that. Speech is a very big one for him because he's still not 100% verbal. He's definitely got some more words. And he's combining more words, so I mean it's coming, and he still very much uses his AC device. In fact, he's gotten quite good at using that. We had, like I said, his speech and supervisor over yesterday, and he was wanting them to come, and so he was trying to do his normal. His first initial reaction is to kind of grab a hand and try to pull you towards where he wants you to go. And for the longest time, we were working on a hand signal that he could use to say come, and so we did kind of an adaptive signed English is what they called it. So it's not quite ALS, but it goes as similar to that as possible, but it's adapted to, at the same time, it's kind of adapted to an approximation of that hand gesture as well, and that particular, his version of that, and what it looks like. So for the longest time, we had him doing that, and then we were getting him to use, now we're getting him to use the ACC device to tell us to come. And so we reminded him, because he started doing his initial kind of trying to pull, and then he was trying to do the hand signals, and so we're trying to get him to use this other form of communication. And so we're like, can you tell us on the device? Or can you tell us on your tablet kind of thing? And he stopped. Started kind of looking through his tablet. He knows, he navigates it, goes to where it is, and presses it. All on his own. We didn't have to guide him to where it was on the tablet. And for anybody who's ever used an ACC device, it's not all on one screen. You kind of have to, there's some scrolling depending how many options are on there. Sorry, I kind of snuck down there. There's some options, so you can kind of like scroll, and then others are, you actually navigate through pages. So for him to navigate on his own is a huge step. He obviously knows where that one is and uses it at school as well, because he takes the device to and from school. They have some there, but they only have so many and so many kids that use it, so it's often has to be shared. So that was one of the reasons we also got him his own. But yeah, so he used that, and we were quite happy, and he did really good. So I mean, he's come a long way, and we kind of know some strategies, so I mean, it's not the end of the world. But it is a little scary, I guess. A little scary because it's kind of a new system, I guess, in a way. There's always that element of the unknown. How successful, like, yes, we have these strategies, but how successful will they be? That sort of thing. But yeah, that's something we'll have to figure out. I guess other than that, he has I think they called it a non-instructional day. I never know. I always just call them PD days when he has a day off. But he's got a day off tomorrow. So today is actually his last day of school. I'm filming this on Thursday here, and I put these out on a Friday. So yeah, I'm filming it today while he's at school. He's got tomorrow off. Hubby has tomorrow off, so it's not too bad. And then at some point, he'll have his last little sleepover with his nanny and papa before they go away on their month-long vacation to Nova Scotia. Lucky them. They're going together, and they're going to my mom's cottage, so they'll be gone for a month. They won't be obviously able to take them for their overnights that they usually do. And also my aunt is going away for 2 weeks to Paris. So yeah, lots of fun family vacations coming up for everybody. Those are probably the two most extravagant ones. Ours for Nova Scotia isn't until after the little man is done school. But my mom will be out there for that because she's going back out with a girlfriend just before we come out. So she was one of the ladies who went on the girls' trip to BC. So no doubt they'll do some hiking and stuff like that. They were starting to plan what they wanted to do. We're kind of starting to talk with my mom about what we want to do when we come out and join her. Yeah, so it's getting kind of exciting with vacations and stuff coming up. But of course, because of vacations and stuff coming up, I'll be celebrating my birthday a little bit early. Not a crazy amount. My actual birthday, I think, is like a Wednesday or something. It's May 1st. So it's one of those things that I would have usually try to celebrate on a weekend. So it would have been kind of a before and after thing anyways. So we're doing it before, which makes it this coming weekend. We're going to do it on the Sunday, and we're just going to do something simple, keep it simple. We're going to go over to my mom's, and we're going to probably do a barbecue if the weather's nice. That's the plan anyways. Have some cake and just kind of hang out with everybody. Let Riley run around outside in the yard. That kind of thing. So yeah, it should be nice. Looking forward to that. That'll be this weekend, of course, before they take off on their vacations. And then yeah, and then we actually booked, we have our own little vacations, not nearly as extravagant as theirs while they're away, but we booked a hotel in Jasper, Alberta, so the mountains. They're about a three and a half hour road trip from us, from Edmonton where we are. So we're going to load up the SUV with the kid and the pooper, or the pupper I should say. I tend to call her a pooper. I call most dogs poopers. I don't know why. I just do. But yeah, so we're going to take both the kid and the tupper on a road trip to Jasper. Neither one of them has been. So that should be fun. We booked a room in a hotel that has 2 beds and a bedroom. So I wanted to put our son at least in a bedroom. so that we could put him down at his normal bedtime, and then we could maybe stay up and watch a show on the TV or just kind of relax out in kind of like a living room space. That sort of thing. So we found a room that had 2 beds in the bedroom, so I mean we'll still have to kind of sneak in the other bed when we go to bed, but it'll allow him to kind of go to bed and we can kind of shut the door, and we won't be all out in the same open space keeping him up or having to go to bed at 8 o'clock with him. Yeah, so that should be nice. It also has a little kitchenette as well, so we can kind of store his feed stuff very easily, and any kind of snacks or beverages that we kind of want handy in the room. And then last time we were in Jasper, a lot of kind of our favorite restaurants closed down, unfortunately, after COVID. I don't know if anything new has kind of opened up in place of them, but last time we went there wasn't really anywhere that was kind of like a we must eat next time we go there kind of thing. There was one place that we liked. It was burgers and beers, but I don't think that's exactly kid friendly. And look at me, I'm sorry, I keep sliding right down. I hope you guys are watching this video. But yeah, so there was that place, but it's not really super kid friendly. I don't think we would go there, so that allows us just to go to their little grocery store, pick up some stuff, some simple meals, that kind of thing. So yeah, now we just guess gotta figure out, oh, look at that, I still had the black. I'm getting so distracted. Yeah, so that will kind of allow us to figure out a couple of little meals, that kind of thing, have a little family vacay. Like I said, we'll be bringing our pupper with us and the kiddos, so that'll obviously change the type of activities that we do. Not that our son really knows how to stay still anyways, but the hotel does have a swimming pool, so we'll probably take him down and do a little bit of swimming with him, because it's an indoor pool. And then of course we'll do plenty of outdoor walking around because we'll have the pupper. We'll probably go walk the shops, and then if we want to go in one of us will just stay outside with the dog, that sort of thing. Or if it's a quick in and out, then we might kind of tie her up. But I don't know. She does like being around her peoples, so she'd probably just sit there and whine or howl because she's got the husky in her. So we'll see. We'll see, but I mean, that's easy enough to plan, so we'll probably do lots of outdoor stuff. There's Pyramid Lake, that's just like a little, it does have a hotel there, but you can just kind of go out and there's trails and stuff, and they've got a little bridge that goes across the lake, cut it to the middle to a really, really small island, so we'll probably walk out to that. The view out on it is gorgeous, as is, but that'll give some more kind of fun for Riley and Janaya, our dog, to explore. Yeah, so we'll probably do a little bit of that. Lots of walking, probably. Lots of outdoor stuff. Maybe some picnics, some parks. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll probably do some driving around looking for some wildlife so that Riley can see kind of some wildlife in their natural habitat, because Jasper is really good for that. Sometimes you can spot grizzlies. Black bears are quite common to come across. Of course, the elk, the caribou, the mountain sheep, the bighorn mountain sheep. They're always fun. They'll often especially this time of year, spring, mating season, they tend to kind of come down and check out, find their mates for the season too, but also kind of check out the fresh grass and the grass because the snow is usually melted, so then they come down and chew on that. So there's lots of great opportunities to find some wildlife driving around and just kind of checking them out from the car. Obviously, we don't get out. We don't, we do safe distance, that sort of thing. Sometimes once or twice, we've seen moose. That's usually a little bit further out from the town site, that sort of thing, but, yeah. There'll be stuff like that we can do. We'll figure it out. It'll be different because, I mean, me and my hubby are used to just us going too, right? So it's kid-friendly and dog-friendly activities this time. So it kind of changes up a little bit, but nothing major. Looking forward to that. It'll be my son's first time in the mountains. Not his first time in the car road trip, because we have gone all the way down to Claire's home to visit my sister. So he's been there for that car ride. Sorry, I'm just looking for a color right now. Yeah, so I mean, he's been that far for a car ride. That's not unusual. And then, what else was there? I think also, right at the beginning of May here, my son is actually going to have his first spring concert that he's going to be a part of. So that's kind of exciting. His class, of course, because a lot of them are special needs, they have to make sure they have the adequate supervision, and so they actually sent home a form asking us which performances they'll be able to attend, which they say most of them will just be kind of the morning one. In most cases, that's kind of what has been the norm in the past, which honestly, when we look at our son's own personal needs, like his feed schedule, stuff like that, it'll just be the morning one that he'll be able to attend anyways. So we've said that he'll be able to attend that morning one, and then they do a kind of a form that you fill out where you request how many seats for whichever performance that you're attending as well. So we're gonna support him. Obviously, I can't see his class particularly being one that'll be able to get up and sing a song or anything like that you would normally think of when you think of a spring concert. But I would imagine they would have them playing some simple instruments like the triangle or a tambourine or maracas or something that, you know, they can kind of shake along. And how they're also able to not worry about them being in every single performance, whereas the rest of the grades and classes, they're wanted at all the performances. Yeah, so that'll be fun. We're requesting our seats to go and support him while he shakes whatever instrument, I'm guessing. Which he absolutely loves music, so I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be less shaking of the instrument and more looking around at what everybody else is doing with a big grin on his face because he's in the middle of it. But yeah, it should be fun. I told, because my mom will be away. I haven't told my aunt yet that this is going on, but I told my mom, and I said, it's his first spring concert, and she was really disappointed because of course she's being away. She's like, oh, I would have loved that. And I said, well, we'll try to get some pictures or like some little video or something of it, at least his part in it. So of course she said she would love that, and then we'll send it to her while she's there. But yeah, so that should be fun too. That's coming up. I think they need the forms. I forgot to send it today. Oops. And of course he's got no school tomorrow and they have to be in by Monday. Yeah, I'm that parent, guys. I'm that parent these days. But yes, I'm gonna, when he gets home from school, I'm going to make sure that goes in his backpack so that it for sure makes it on Monday for us. Yeah, because otherwise we're SOL. He doesn't get to participate, we don't get to attend, that sort of thing. And there's no late forms accepted, so yep. I'm gonna for sure make sure that goes in his backpack when he comes home today. And then also today, after he gets home, we have his OT who comes for his food play and all of that. She's coming out for a session. Just waiting for her to confirm because she was going to come with our behavioral guy, but he apparently came down with COVID. And he said although he's feeling better, it was still our decision whether or not he came. And I chose to play it safe just because we have our vacations coming up and my son's surgery, and so if we can try to minimize being around anybody who might not be 100%, then yeah. So unfortunately he won't be able to come, but his OT, she's gonna come still, as far as I know. I just gotta look for an email like confirming. She asked if we were still good for her to come because she's healthy. They're very good about double checking on stuff like that, so yeah. She should be coming, so we'll be doing whatever for that session today. I think that's really kind of the major stuff that's been happening. Like I said, nothing overly exciting. Just waiting on some celebrations and some vacations. And keep on keeping on with day-to-day stuff. Yeah. Yep. Other than that, channel stuff is going. Nothing major. It's kind of got its stuff. Still doing the witch casket unboxings. There's still diamond art unboxings, of course. I did a Temu unboxing not that long ago, which was kind of a little bit witchy and a little bit crafty kind of stuff. Some of it you could kind of use for either crafts or witchy purposes, and then some was just straight crafting and straight witchy, so yeah, it was kind of fun. I did that one kind of just as something a little different. I've kind of been playing around with some of that, seeing how it goes. So definitely, I love seeing all the comments. I know it's not always everybody's thing, not everybody's belief system, but it's still kind of fun to see how it's received and all of that. And definitely don't be shy to make suggestions if there's something you would love to see on this channel that you're not seeing, that you're not getting. I would definitely take it into consideration. I'm still getting around to my crafty stuff. Like I said, I'm not doing any events. I've been trying to finish up this set, of course, because it was one that I kind of had started, hadn't finished. So I'm in the mood to work on some smaller projects right now. I've worked on a lot of big canvases. Don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of big canvases that I want to work on. I'm still just as excited to work on them. I just need a little bit of a break from them working on getting some smaller stuff done and getting some post reviews and some completions out there that are a little bit more frequent and just kind of, doing stuff like that right now. So that's likely what you'll see. And then eventually I know I'm going to be drawn towards something big. I'm just not sure when. And I know, of course, with vacations coming up, I'll probably be working on smaller projects on those too. So I'm kind of trying to get into that momentum a little bit. I don't think there's anything really new, super new and exciting gonna happen on the channel that I can think of that isn't already happening. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that, and I will see everybody in the next video with something new. Have a great day. Bye.